our entire advertising around us screaming at us that we need to get something, that we need a new car, new house, plastic surgery, whatever, to be there actually. And you're looking at this billboard with another advertising, and you're seeing yourself with this item that presented there, and some part of you believes that you will feel better once you get there. And you get this like instant dopamine just for 30 seconds maybe after purchasing something or achieving these things. Maybe this dopamine even last like 2 months, if it's a thing that you really desired for so long. But eventually it passed and you are staying where you've been before. The house is upgrading, relationship comes to your life that you always desired, jobs comes to your life always desired, money, everything is there, but you just feel the same way. You just feel that little lost child as you felt 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You're just the same. You feel there is some kind of longing inside of you still, and it's there. And none of these things around you can fulfill this void. And now you're like, okay, I'm done chasing all these things. I realized none of these experiences outside not gonna fulfill this void inside of me, so I'm gonna look inward. I'm gonna look inside. And you start looking inside yourself, and you're like, oh shit, oh my god, what a mess. Whew. And you're like, no, I don't want to open this door again. I just like, it's okay, I'll just go back to the world because this is way too much. Because you start seeing the truth about yourself that you didn't want to see. Ugly truth. There are certain situations start appearing in your life that feels very discomfortable for you, that forces you to look who you truly are. And you're like, no, I'm not ready to look who I truly am. I'm okay, And you just turning your head to the other side by saying, this is not for me, by judging other people, not recognizing yourself in the people you judge, by hating other people, by blaming other people, by hating and blaming yourself, instead acknowledging these parts, instead of just like, oh, this is me, okay, I see you. And you know why it's so hard to actually look at these parts, these ugly parts of ourselves, and kind of make peace with them and kind of observe them and even love at some point? Because we attach to this part. We think this is who we are. As a designer, I used to get so upset when my projects was criticized by someone, because I was taking these projects as part of who I am, as my babies. I gave so much attention and time to these things, and I was like attaching to these projects as a part of who I am. And when I get criticized from the clients, which is completely natural because this is my job, I'm a designer, I'm here to deliver clients' expectations, but I was getting so upset when they were telling me that something is wrong with my projects, because I thought something is wrong with me. I didn't realize I'm not my projects. The same things we don't realize. I'm not my emotions. I'm not my even reactions. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my body. I'm not my surroundings. I'm not my house. I'm not my car. I'm not like whatever you are attaching yourself to. We take things way too personal. We lose ourselves, our true sense of self, who we truly are in these things, because we look so closely to our own self that we believe this is who we are. But if you are able, just for a moment, sit and observe others' thought come in and it's disappearing, but I'm still there. Someone who is observing these thoughts is still there. The same with emotions. There's like very strong range of emotion when something happened bad that you didn't want to happen, because this is who you think you are. get used to believe that if this thing happened, I'm going to feel bad. No, this cannot happen, and this is happening, and you feel so strongly. You feel like it's burning your heart. It means there's so much power and energy stored that you need to release and let go of. And after, when you do this, you will feel lighter. In order for you to do this, you need to be able to see who is actually reacting so strongly towards this thing. I give you an example with money that I just had recently. I thought I will lose money on the PayPal. All the donations that you send me, it's about $700. That's the only money that I made for the last 6 months. I know it's not a lot, but it's very significant, especially looking at the way that it came from you, from people who is watching these videos. Anyway, I thought I will lose this money, and I feel this like very strong discomfortable emotions within my body. I start like sweating and feeling very discomfortable and getting nervous about it, and I'm just like, I don't like being in my body. I don't like experiencing this feeling, but this feeling is coming because I believe this money is important. Not even amount that much, even amount is significant for me as well, but like the way its money came, I put so much meaning to this specific money. I don't want to lose them. And for a second, I'm starting separating myself from these emotions. First of all, remembering that this money game is just another illusion, and this money is not even a real thing. We as a people gave the significance of money, and after I start thinking that I myself put so much on top of this specific money, and I'm saying, I'm taking my power back. That's all right. The universe will decide whatever it's better to do with this money, and I let go of it and I release. I feel better instantly in the moment. By the way, the problem with this money was resolved, and I was super happy about it. But there are so many situations in our life appearing when we feel this like strong sensation. It's not necessarily can be strong sensation. It can be little discomfortable moments. Even those moments when you look at someone and you think, oh, it's ugly. Or when you look at someone and you judge and you're like, oh, why is she or he the way he is? Like, she shouldn't be like this. All of this, it's part of who you are. You are the one who is giving your reaction, your observation towards this. It's not this person. Like, this person might not even notice you. This person might not even like seen you ever. Especially we're talking about Instagram, when we're looking at someone and we're like, oh, that's disgusting, and judging, and this person doesn't even know about your existence, okay? This is not this person. This is you. This is your reactions. This is your experiences and thoughts and opinions that you stored within you. And if you have a strong reaction, strong emotional response towards this, it means you need to release it. You will feel lighter when you're releasing and letting go of the parts of yourself that you believe is you, that doesn't serve you anymore. And this situation in life will appear again and again and again and again until you will be able to observe that part of you who is reacting towards this. You will be able to observe, you will be able to accept, and you will be able to love. After you will be able to give your loving presence to this part that you believe you are, you kind of freeing this part from the pain, from the suffering, and it's kind of disappearing. You free this energy, you release this energy. I saw this thing in a cartoon, and this is how I still see it. There was this big monster in cartoon, and he was so angry and furious and huge, and once this big monster received some love and attention and presence, it turned out that it's not really a monster. It's just a little butterfly, beautiful butterfly. And all this appearance that seemed to be a monster just disappeared around him. And I feel this is what happening the same with us when we are able to look at these parts. We are able to look at these parts only when we're not attaching ourselves to these parts. Because if you believe you are these emotions, you are these thoughts, you're never gonna be able to look at those. And if there is something that observing these things, it means there is someone else in the room. If I'm able to observe this plant right there, it means I'm not that plant. But if I would look so closely to this plant like this, like very close like this, I would believe that I am a plant, but I'm not a plant. I'm something else. There's something else they call consciousness, and this consciousness is always there. And for you to feel this consciousness, you need to bring your presence. And how I like to say, your loving presence, because I feel this emotion of love. It's just the best human thing you can do here, just like loving. It just feels so soothing, so good. And I feel it's releasing and healing every single part of you and every single part of the world which you think you are. Just the loving presence itself there, it's the cure for everything. I know in the moments when you feel negative emotions, strong emotions, it doesn't really seem so easy to apply these things and to be able to observe it with your loving presence. But believe me, that's the best you can do, and I wish I remember this every single time I'm experiencing those emotions. Sometimes I'm able to observe those things and sometimes I'm not. I just getting swept by this wave of emotions, and there's just no me. There's just frustrations happening there. But those moments are opportunities for us for the spiritual growth. I guess this is what just this human journey is about. Releasing and giving your love and presence to parts of yourself, to the world, which is basically a reflection parts of yourself, your love and presence, and releasing them, detaching from them, and becoming lighter and lighter and like sort of higher and higher, because they call it higher vibrations. You basically letting go of the stuff you don't need and you become higher. This is how it happens. And yeah, your life quality might improve. This is, I think, what generally happens, because the world is mostly reflection of what you believe is the world is, but it doesn't bother you so much anymore at some point, at the point where you prioritize your spiritual journey. And I feel it's not always sort of a choice, it just happens somehow. And in that case, when you prioritize your spiritual journey, you take every single human situation that you are experiencing here as an opportunity for growth. And that's just the way it is, I guess. So I wish all of you to have enough loving presence, especially in those moments where it's so hard to find this loving presence. And I wish all of you to shine all the love, all the light you have inside you to everything and everyone what's around you. And I love you so much. Remember, you are loving presence.